Ashley, my fiancée, gifted my sports car to her childhood sweetheart, Ethan. She even posted about it on social media. Happy 28th birthday to my favorite boy. The comments were filled with envy and well wishes. Everyone praised Ashley for her generosity and how well-matched she and her boyfriend were. Underneath her post, I shared a photo of the car's registration and the police report. Sorry, but this is my car, and I've already reported it stolen. My comment quickly rose to the top. Netizens were shocked. They clicked on my profile and saw the relationship updates I'd posted before, featuring none other than Ashley. We were even engaged. The post quickly went viral, and public opinion swung in my favor. He's not just rich, he's loaded. This is insane. She used her fiancé's car to impress another guy? What nerve? Trash belongs with trash, forever and ever barf. The tracking app on my phone showed my sports car speeding down the road. Ashley and Ethan couldn't wait to go for a joyride. The lovebirds were busy with their romance, clearly too occupied to care about the internet's reaction. They were probably convinced their love had moved heaven and earth. I really wanted to see their faces when they realized they were being dragged online. Shortly after leaving the police station, I received a furious call from Ashley. Did you call the cops? They stopped me on the road. Ashley yelled, losing all composure. I held the phone away from my ear in disgust. Yeah, I did. I replied with a hint of amusement. I bought the car. What's wrong with calling the cops on a thief? Ashley was about to explode. She'd taken advantage of me being at work, unable to pick up the car myself. She stole my ID and went to the dealership to claim the sports car and show off. I was just celebrating Ethan's birthday. You didn't have to make such a big deal out of it. I've never met a man as petty as you, so pretentious and stingy. You have plenty of cars anyway. What's wrong with giving one to Ethan? We're about to get married. You don't think I'd run off with him, do you? Met it? That was a good one. Even now, Ashley still thought I'd beg her to marry me. I tolerated her ambiguous relationship with Ethan, but posting it online was crossing the line. It was a slap in the face to me as a man. If I didn't dump her now, I'd be letting down all the netizens who stood up for me. Speaking of which, I might as well tell you, the wedding is off. We're breaking up. I said so. Ashley froze, momentarily stunned. Then came another wave of insults. John, are you insane? You'll never be as understanding and caring as Ethan. Fine, cancel it. Don't come crawling back to me begging for forgiveness. I won't forgive you without $2 million. I clicked my tongue impatiently and hung up. Ashley must be even angrier after ranting at the air for so long. She changed the post settings to prevent anyone but her friends from commenting. Even though the internet was going crazy, she still didn't delete the post. She went through and deleted every negative comment, leaving only the initial ones wishing her and her boyfriend a lifetime of happiness. It was a blatant provocation, but who cared? After work, I treated my friends to a night out at the bar. I hadn't had this much fun in 3 years. After I started dating Ashley, she was always insecure. She thought that, as a rich kid, I'd be out partying and chasing women. The truth is, I've only ever loved her. I'm a pretty clean-cut guy. The next morning, my WeChat was flooded with voice messages from Ashley. Honey, I was wrong. Please forgive me, okay? They're about to dox me. You need to clear things up and say Ethan is my brother. We just have a close sibling relationship. Seeing that I hadn't replied, Ashley dropped the act. I've already apologized. What more do you want? Don't push it. It won't do either of us any good if we completely fall out. Just fix this, okay? Oh, thanks for reminding me. I almost forgot to inform our friends and family about the canceled wedding. The wedding date was so close, I couldn't get a refund on the flights and hotel. Too lazy to deal with Ashley, I simply posted on my WeChat moments. The Johnsons are welcome to come for a free meal tomorrow. The Smiths are not allowed entry. My friends and family went wild, all asking what had happened. Ashley's parents, especially, jumped to conclusions and bombarded me with a video call, scolding me. How did your parents raise you? You're a grown man, acting like a child. I'm ordering you, apologize to Ashley in the family group chat, in front of all the elders. Give each relative a $50,000 red envelope, and we'll consider this matter settled. The two old parrots wouldn't stop squawking. I cut them off with a cold laugh. This matter can't be settled just like that. Ashley didn't just steal my car and give it away. She also took her toy boy to my hotel and booked the presidential suite. Mr. Smith's expression flickered with guilt. So, they knew about their daughter and Ethan's dirty little secret. They all kept it from me. This heartless, ungrateful family. Did they forget who paid for the best specialists abroad for their treatment? I covered all their medical expenses and hired 4 caregivers to look after them. They didn't even have the basic decency to be grateful. Instead, they constantly found fault with me. Ethan is Ashley's brother. Once you two are married, he'll be your brother too. There's no need to be so formal with family. I boredly cleaned my ear. Nice try. Are Ethan and Ashley blood related? They were speechless. Childhood sweethearts would be a more accurate description. Regardless, the wedding cannot be canceled. You're a man. You should be more understanding of Ashley. I pressed the end call button and sent them a message demanding they return the betrothal gifts within the next 2 days. Then, I turned on Do Not Disturb and blocked their indignant messages. They didn't mention a single word about money in their messages, but I had ways to make them cough it up. That afternoon, I went to the villa. I tried to unlock the door with my fingerprint, but it failed. After knocking for a while, Mrs. Smith finally opened the door, shuffling in her slippers. She peeked her head out from the gap, scrutinizing me with a hostile look. After hesitating for a moment, she made no move to let me in. Who deleted my fingerprint and changed the password? I demanded. Mrs. Smith remained silent. I pushed the door open, revealing 3 people in the spacious living room. Mr. Smith, puffing on a cigar, Ashley, glaring at me, and Ethan, smugly sitting beside her. See, I told you he'd come begging for me to take him back. There was nothing to worry about. Ashley had a triumphant smile on her face. Mr. Smith glanced behind me, noting it was empty, and snorted in dissatisfaction. Is this your attitude for an apology? Where's your sincerity? I used to bring bags of gifts every time I visited, and Mr. Smith would act all high and mighty, criticizing the tea leaves or the ceramics. He'd complain, but he was always quick to take them. Mrs. Smith chimed in. No manners at all. No wonder you can't compare to Ethan. Look at him. He never comes empty-handed. He has much better taste. The coffee table was covered with gifts of all sizes. Ethan puffed out his chest proudly, giving me a challenging look, his hand on Ashley's waist moving shamelessly. I covered my nose and frowned, commenting loud enough for them to hear. That cheap cigar smell is giving me a headache. Mr. Smith coughed violently, and Ethan's face stiffened in embarrassment. I'd been sucking up to them for 3 years, and Mr. and Mrs. Smith still hadn't developed any discerning taste. Anyone with a bit of knowledge could tell that almost all the gifts Ethan brought were fake. Mr. and Mrs. Smith were already in poor health, and those random supplements could easily trigger a relapse. It wouldn't have been a big deal if they were simply ignorant, but Ethan clearly knew they were fake and bought them just to flatter them. The alcohol and cigarettes he showed off on his WeChat moments were all authentic. So much for his filial piety. I've already informed our relatives. The wedding will proceed as planned tomorrow. Go to the bank and withdraw the cash. You'll apologize to them and hand out red envelopes tomorrow. Think about your actions. Is this how a grown man should behave? Learn to control your emotions. Mr. Smith changed the subject, acting like he was the king of the world, pointing fingers at me. He even dared to dream. Ethan is here too. In front of your mother and me, acknowledge him as your sworn brother, and promise you'll never interfere with his relationship with Ashley again. His outrageous words made me laugh out loud. Did he really think his daughter was so amazing that people would line up to be cuckolded by her? Ashley glared at me. John, what do you mean by that? Take the opportunity when it's offered. I won't hold this morning's incident against you. Ethan said hypocritically, Brother John, I've calmed Ashley down. She's agreed to go get the marriage certificate with you. In the past, no matter how harsh his words were, I would have put on a smile, pleased Ashley, and immediately seized the opportunity to drive to the Civil Affairs Bureau. Before proposing, Ashley insisted on having the wedding ceremony before registering our marriage. Now I finally understood her concerns. Ashley announced our wedding, hoping Ethan would return from abroad to find her. They'd known each other since childhood, with over a decade of shared history. Their relationship ended when Ethan's parents went bankrupt and moved their family abroad to avoid debt. Ashley lost contact with Ethan, but she never forgot her first love. On one hand, Ashley reminisced about him on her private social media account, while on the other, she sent me signals of affection. Unaware of her true intentions, I fell head over heels for her. Even though my parents strongly opposed our marriage, I was determined to marry her. With Ashley's hints, Ethan took the bait and rushed back to the country. The first night they reunited, Ashley didn't reply to my messages all night. They rekindled their old flame, completely disregarding my existence as her fiancé. Thank goodness we hadn't registered our marriage. It saved me the trouble of a messy divorce. I sat on the single sofa, casually glancing at my Rolex. Ethan's eyes lit up with envy and jealousy. This is my house. Pack your things and move out today. The lawyer and real estate agent I hired will be here soon. As soon as I finished speaking, everyone's expressions changed dramatically. You promised to give me this house. How can you do this? Ashley stood up angrily, arms crossed, pacing back and forth. I did promise to give it to you, on the condition that we get married. Now I don't want to marry you anymore. Not just the house, but your car and the $5 million betrothal gifts. I'll be taking them all back. I spread my hands. Mr. and Mrs. Smith exchanged glances and started their duet. John, marriage is a serious matter, not a child's game. Many men would love to marry Ashley. You should be grateful for the opportunity. Learn to be content. Mr. Smith softened his tone slightly, his eyes revealing a shrewd calculation. Ashley has been with you for 3 years. How many 3 years can a girl have? You can't just decide not to marry her anymore. No way. Mrs. Smith, with her fiery temper, argued with me loudly, completely ignoring Ashley's infidelity. Ethan, observing the scene, had a fleeting look of unease. John, you have to keep your word. Knock, knock, knock. The doorbell rang. I calmly went to open the door for the lawyer and the real estate agent, chatting with them for a bit. Ethan quickly pulled Ashley aside and whispered, "He's playing hard to get. He's just trying to provoke you." I have excellent hearing, and their conversation reached my ears word for word. After hearing Ethan's words, Ashley's anxiety vanished, and she regained her confident composure. If I know him too well, he's just trying to get my attention. The angrier I act, and the more I show that I care, the more smug he'll become. Mr. Smith also calmed down and gave Ashley a look, waiting to see me make a fool of myself. Hey, are you two done talking? Ashley walked straight over and interrupted us. You must be Ms. Smith. Lawyer Chin extended his hand politely, but Ashley swatted it away. Stop the charade. John, are these the extras you hired? That suit looks pretty convincing. She sized him up from head to toe. Lawyer Chin looked confused. All right, I apologize. I'll come home tonight. Ashley magnanimously wrapped her arm around mine, as if she was offering a tempting proposition. She turned to the two men. You're dismissed. You can leave now. Seeing that I didn't react, the real estate agent continued setting up the camera equipment, while Lawyer Chun took out a business card. Ms. Smith, I'm Chin Chin from Chungwon Law Firm. Mr. Johnson has entrusted me to handle all your property disputes. Chungwon Law Firm was one of the best law firms in the city, even in the entire country. Ashley didn't even glance at the business card, but Ethan snatched it, examining it back and forth. Finally, he muttered, "This must be fake." Ashley sneered. See? Are you still not done with your act? Lawyer Chun gave me a sympathetic look. I shrugged. I couldn't help but lament how blind I had been. Believe it or not, you can find Lawyer Chin's information online. Don't say I didn't warn you. Move out as soon as possible. The real estate agent will be bringing people to view the house soon. The older generation's intuition was spot on. After meeting Ashley once, my parents immediately warned me that she wasn't a simple girl. During that time, Ashley tried every way to persuade me to buy her a villa. I was almost swayed, but my parents firmly stopped me. You're not even married yet, and she's already dumping her parents on you. It's obvious she's using you. Forget about the medical expenses you've already paid, but the house absolutely cannot be registered under her name. Unless you're legally married, I'll freeze all your accounts. So, I bought a villa in the best location. When she received the property certificate and saw that her name wasn't on it, Ashley was unhappy. Don't worry, once we're married, I'll change the name to yours. I bought her bags and jewelry for a whole month, finally appeasing her. Little did I know, Ashley turned around and sold the gifts I gave her, secretly buying all kinds of designer brands for Ethan. It was the familiar sales associate who messaged me, telling me my fiancée was shopping with a man I didn't recognize. I belatedly realized that Ethan had returned. Lawyer Chin was very efficient. He helped me find movers, and that night, Ashley's family moved out of the villa in disgrace. All that was left was to recover the betrothal gifts. On the planned wedding day, the Johnsons gathered together, eating, drinking, and enjoying the lively atmosphere. The Smiths were stopped by security outside, angrily calling Mr. and Mrs. Smith. They'd traveled all the way from their hometown to the city, hoping to take advantage of their golden turtle son-in-law and receive a hefty red envelope. Unexpectedly, the wedding was called off. Not only did they not get any money, they weren't even allowed to eat. They vented all their anger on Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Suddenly, the doors of the banquet hall opened, and a woman in a wedding dress, holding a bouquet, slowly walked onto the red carpet. The room fell silent, and the guests started whispering. "What's going on? Didn't they break up? What's this about? Is she trying to win him back?" I heard it was her family who were unreasonable, and that's why John called off the wedding. Ashley showed up uninvited, with exquisite makeup, ignoring the gazes around her, walking towards me with her head held high. I put down my glass and watched her coldly. "John, I'm willing to marry you," she said affectionately, forcing a gentle smile. Her wandering eyes betrayed her true feelings. In front of everyone, she played a good hand, forcing me to accept her publicly. "Do you really have to make it so awkward?" I said coldly. Ashley's smile didn't falter as she rubbed against me intimately. She whispered in my ear, "I believe you won't. You're just jealous. You still love me, don't you? After the wedding, we'll register our marriage. I'll always be yours." I stepped back, drawing a clear line between us. "Ashley, we're over? I don't love you anymore." Mr. and Mrs. Smith, dressed in suits and cheongsams, rushed in. Mr. Smith put on a benevolent smile. "Son-in-law, you're drunk. You're talking nonsense when you're drunk. Don't take it seriously, huh?" Mrs. Smith echoed his words, her hands fidgeting nervously. Now that they'd lost the house, they were suddenly nice to me. "The guests outside are waiting. Let them in." Mr. Smith pretended to ask for my opinion, but his grip on my hand tightened. The threat was clear. "Sure, let them all in." I relented, and Mr. and Mrs. Smith immediately beamed. Since they wanted more drama, I'd give it to them. I gave Ashley some face. I didn't publicly announce her infidelity. Except for a few people who knew the truth, most heard that we broke up because of incompatibility. The Smiths chattered as they entered the hall, stuffing all the cigarettes on the tables into their pockets. "You knew I'd come, didn't you? Did you prepare the money?" Ashley was smug, convinced I couldn't bear to lose her. She pulled me to toast the elders, but I stood rooted to the spot. The lights dimmed silently, plunging the room into darkness. My friend, in charge of the projector, gave me a signal, and the big screen began to play a carefully edited video. I'd made preparations in case of emergencies. As the video played, Ashley's face turned pale as a sheet. It was all evidence of her sweet dates with Ethan. Hugging and entering hotels, dining in fancy restaurants, reenacting Titanic on a cruise ship. What a happy couple. Mr. Smith's face completely lost its composure. He roared, "Who's playing this? Turn it off! Turn it off!" Murmurs filled the room. Mrs. Smith covered her face with a handkerchief in embarrassment. Ashley, furious to the extreme, instinctively tried to slap me. I grabbed her wrist tightly, preventing her from moving. "These are all fake. The video is edited. John, you're slandering me. I'll sue you." She offered a weak explanation, her eyes burning with hatred. "Go ahead and sue me. The police can easily find out if this is real or not." The onlookers encouraged her to call the police. But Ashley hesitated. The truth was clear. The Johnsons were all on my side, and even some reasonable members of the Smiths had switched sides. At this moment, Ashley, in her white wedding dress, looked like a complete joke. She didn't deserve to be my bride. "My heart belongs to you. Can't you forgive me just once?" Ashley gritted her teeth, tears welling up in her eyes, but refusing to fall. She hated me to the core. Even her crying seemed fake. I refused her with a blank expression. "No, if you really want to get back together, then where were you last night?" "Last night," Ashley murmured. She suddenly remembered that she and Ethan had partied at the bar until late, booked a nearby room, and discussed in bed how to manipulate me today. That's how they came up with this ridiculous plan. I found out by checking the transaction records on our shared credit card and immediately removed her from it. "Can't say it, can you?" I sneered. If you can't say it, then get out. Ashley was struck dumb, her body stiffening. Ethan swooped in like a hero, taking Ashley's hand domineeringly and leading her out of the chaotic crowd. Ashley was instantly moved, ripping off her veil and leaving with a salsa obeying. John, don't regret this. Soy ofel, soy rebellious. I almost wanted to applaud their passionate love. In just 2 days, netizens had dug up everything about the rich girl and her toy boy. The comments under Ashley and Ethan's lovey-dovey videos were filled with insults, calling them a cheating couple. They couldn't delete the comments fast enough, so Ashley had to post a new message to defend herself. She even attached an old childhood photo. We've known each other for over 20 years. I've always treated him like a younger brother. Is it wrong to call him my favorite boy? Netizens were amused, relentlessly questioning her. If he's your dear brother, why did you like the comments wishing you a long and happy life together? Poor ex-husband spent so much money on a gold digger, and he's only second place in her heart. Check out this photo a passerby took. Don't the two people fleeing the hotel look like them? Ashley's explanation not only failed, but it made the situation even worse. Hotel staff even came forward, vividly describing the chaotic scene. It completely confirmed her infidelity. My profile was also flooded with netizens praising me. He said he wouldn't marry her, and he didn't. What decisiveness. Thank goodness you're not a lovesick fool. You've dodged a bullet. There are plenty of fish in the sea. Rich guy, maybe consider me. I happily scrolled through the comments when I heard a knock on the door. It must be the delivery guy, I thought as I opened the door without a second thought. To my surprise, it was Ashley. My good mood vanished instantly. She wore a mask and a hat. Only her red and swollen eyes were visible, staring at me pitifully. Honey, I know I was wrong. The next second, she threw her arms around my neck without warning, sobbing softly, her voice full of grievance. I'll keep my distance from Ethan from now on. Don't be mad at me, okay? Let go of me first. No. She tightened her grip. I struggled to peel this annoying leech off me, both amused and exasperated. Are you still dreaming? Wake up. I've already filed a lawsuit. You should have received the summons. Return the betrothal gifts and the money you spent on Ethan. Seeing that I was unmoved, Ashley nervously fiddled with her skirt. Her arrogance from before was gone. Why are you still wearing the engagement ring I bought you? Hasn't Ethan married you yet? As I spoke, I took her hand and removed the ring. Ashley watched helplessly as I confiscated the only valuable thing on her, tears streaming down her face, even harder. She used to enjoy a high standard of living because of my pampering, but her life had become quite difficult recently. Returning what belongs to its owner, that's not too much to ask, is it? I threw her own words back at her. The door closed again. Through the peephole, I saw Ashley standing there stiffly for a moment, then walking away dejectedly. After a while, there was another noise at the door. Are you kidding me? I impatiently opened the door a crack. Ethan bowed deeply, apologizing in a hoarse voice. Brother-in-law, I'm sorry. I was taken aback. The two of them had coordinated this. Ethan vowed, I won't bother you and Ashley again. She truly loves you. We've both reflected deeply these past few days. Can you please withdraw the lawsuit? Don't call me brother-in-law. It's disgusting. Ashley is younger than me. I should be calling you brother-in-law. I slammed the door shut. Withdrawing the lawsuit was out of the question. This guy slept with my fiancée, and he still hoped that Ashley and I would reconcile and continue to be their free ATM. I blocked all contact information for the Smiths. If they had any issues, they could talk to my lawyer. Mr. and Mrs. Smith's old habits resurfaced. They called me from different numbers, groaning and complaining. Son-in-law, my heart is acting up again. Can you call that foreign doctor you got for me last time? Have him come see me. My legs ache terribly every night. Can you get that traditional Chinese medicine practitioner you mentioned to give me acupuncture today? I lay on a beach chair, sunbathing, and replied lazily. Foreign doctor? He works in Australia. Go make an appointment abroad. Acupuncture is easy. Pay the fee first, and the clinic will send someone over soon. I can't afford to be your son-in-law. Go ask Ethan to be filial. Mr. and Mrs. Smith realized their tactics weren't working and no one was going to pay for them, so they quieted down. From the beginning, they knew everything. My family background was far superior to Ashley's. They didn't want to be controlled by my family in the future, so they tried their best to control me constantly putting me and my parents down. Even though my parents opposed our relationship, for the sake of my genuine love for Ashley, they tacitly approved and never once gave her a hard time. But I endured so much unwarranted humiliation. After ending this unhealthy relationship, I finally understood how free life could be. But Ashley still wouldn't give up. She appeared before me with a pregnancy test report. "John, I'm pregnant." "Oh, the child definitely isn't mine," I said indifferently. Ashley grabbed my arm. "The child is yours." I stopped and looked at her in confusion. Ashley stammered, "I haven't had my period for 3 months." I thought it was because of irregular sleep for the first 2 months and didn't think much of it. I went to the hospital yesterday, and the doctor said the baby is over 3 months old. I suddenly felt a headache. It was true that the last time Ashley and I were intimate was over 3 months ago. I celebrated her birthday, rented out an entire amusement park, and we watched a grand fireworks display together. Ashley was deeply moved and, for once, didn't reject me. But I remember taking precautions the entire time. As for Ethan, he returned 2.5 months ago. Could it be that I was really going to be a father? Ashley held her slightly swollen belly. "I just wanted to tell you this is our child. I won't abort it." I remained silent for a while, tapping my fingers on my phone absent-mindedly, then forced a smile. "Okay, I'll take responsibility for my child." Having achieved her goal, Ashley's eyes lit up. "Honey, does this mean we're back together?" I nodded. Ashley continued, "I need someone to take care of me during my pregnancy. My meals need to be nutritious. Of course, you can choose a few reliable nannies to look after you." I went along with her, pretending not to notice the greed in her eyes. As soon as Ashley left, I immediately contacted my friend at the gynecology hospital. He was an old acquaintance, and he was also present at the wedding banquet. He was about to tell me that Ashley was pregnant and that her parents had accompanied her for the checkup. "Are you sure she's 2 months pregnant?" "Absolutely. I wouldn't lie to you, Brother John. The bastard in her belly definitely belongs to that toy boy, no doubt about it." My friend sensed something was wrong. "Wait, could she be lying to you again?" I gritted my teeth. You guessed it, as expected. Ashley was truly desperate, resorting to such a ridiculous scheme. Just then, Ashley sent me a screenshot of a bill. "Honey, I've hired 5 nannies to take care of me. This is your child. We can't be careless. Transfer the money quickly. You said you'd take responsibility." 5 nannies? She really thought she was a queen. The transaction history showed she still had $1 million in her account, refusing to return my money. An idea struck me, and I sent her a voice message. "Don't worry, as long as it's my child, I'll definitely take care of it. Ashley, the company's cash flow is tight this month. Keep all the bills, and I'll reimburse you as soon as I have the funds." The other side showed typing for a long time, but there was no reply. Ashley was trying to figure me out, and finally chose to compromise. "Okay, but you can't go back on your word." "Huh. I hope you're not the one going back on your word." Ashley would occasionally ask me for money, and I always delayed her with the excuse that the company was having financial difficulties. I had people send her some inexpensive gifts and express my concern for her well-being. Ashley gradually believed that I was truly busy with work. "Gotta go, I need to earn money for the baby's milk powder." I ended the video call, my face stiff from smiling. After nearly 3 months of acting with her, Ashley had almost spent all the money in her account, and she was visibly anxious. Everything she talked about revolved around one topic: money. Of course, I wouldn't give her a single cent. I packed my bags and headed to the airport, taking a flight to Europe that night. If it weren't for taking over the company abroad, I really wanted to see Ashley's face when her plan fell apart. The next day, Ashley's call was full of accusations. "John, my parents went to your company to look for you, and your assistant said you went abroad. Is this true?" "Yes, it is." I showed her the view of a medieval castle. Ashley's face twitched, and she instantly broke down. "You jerk! You promised to take care of the child, and now you've left me alone. I signed a year-long contract with the nannies, and you haven't reimbursed me. I'm about to max out my credit cards." I let her vent. After Ashley was tired of yelling, I said slowly, "I did say I'd take care of the child, on the condition that it's my child. I even recorded it. You want me to take responsibility for your and Ethan's child?" Hearing the word, "take responsibility," Ashley panicked. "How did you know?" Her words shocked even Mr. and Mrs. Smith, who were beside her. "What? The child isn't his." Mrs. Smith covered her mouth. tears streaming down her face. Slap! Mr. Smith flew into a rage and slapped Ashley across the face. You unfilial daughter. I told you not to mess around with that Ethan, but you wouldn't listen. You told me to find a way to keep him. Why should I bear the consequences alone? Ashley burst into tears, clutching her stinging face. The family started a heated argument in the maternity ward. The drama of turning against each other was always entertaining. After settling everything in the country, my life returned to peace. Like a vast, boundless ocean, occasionally stirred by waves of pleasant surprises. I met my new girlfriend, an illustrator. With her, I experienced equality and respect in a relationship for the first time. We could avoid talking about family assets and simply focus on things that made us both happy. When I gave her beautiful bags, she would always accept them shyly and try to find a way to return a gift of equal value. It often made me reflect on whether I was doing something wrong. She would hug me and gently comfort me. John, your thoughtfulness is the most precious gift. My heart fluttered with a long-lost feeling. Her love was pure, without any ulterior motives. She also had an ex-boyfriend who wanted to meet up and reminisce, but she firmly refused. She sent him a photo of us together, expressing her happiness between the lines. He never messaged her again. Compared to Ashley's actions, I was grateful that I had cut my losses in time. Her parents were also very kind to me. Her mother would personally make soup and deliver it to my company, and her father would invite me to go fishing and play golf. They truly treated me like their own son. I hope my life would always be like this. The next time I heard news about Ashley was on a trending news topic. She had once posted a childhood photo with Ethan. Unable to withstand the criticism from netizens, she deleted all her posts. Someone had saved the photo, and months later, Ethan's creditors saw it and sued him. Apparently, while having an affair with Ashley, he was also involved with several wealthy women. As soon as Ashley became pregnant, he disappeared without a trace. The reason he dared to declare he would marry her at the wedding was because Ethan realized that there was no chance of reconciliation between Ashley and me, and he could no longer benefit from me. He took the opportunity to gain her affection and continue scheming for the betrothal gifts I had given Ashley. However, without me as her cash cow, Ashley became very protective of her money, and Ethan's true colors were gradually revealed. Now, not only were Ethan's family's creditors demanding he pay his father's debts, but the wealthy women he had deceived also threatened to make him pay the price. Two groups of people chased him to the ends of the earth, and in the end, Ethan landed himself in jail. At the moment the verdict was announced, he must have regretted returning to the country to pursue true love. What surprised me the most was Ashley. Ignoring her parents' objections, she took a gamble and insisted on giving birth to her daughter. She used both mine and Ethan's DNA for paternity tests. Unfortunately, it didn't go as she hoped. The child's father was in prison. Ashley was devastated, crying and causing a scene at the hospital, insisting that the paternity test results were fake. Mr. and Mrs. Smith didn't even glance at their granddaughter. They packed their bags and returned to their hometown, severing ties with Ashley. The rich girl, who flaunted a sports car over a year ago, became a haggard single mother, eliciting sighs from netizens. Showing off the wrong relationship can indeed backfire. Unlike me, I post about my wife on WeChat moments every day. I'm certain she's the one I'll spend the rest of my life with. A few years later, I ran into Ashley at the supermarket. She looked much older than her age, pushing a shopping cart with a little girl sitting inside. The little girl was the spitting image of Ethan, a constant reminder of Ashley's past mistakes. Our eyes met briefly. Ashley quickly looked away, embarrassment and shame etched on her face. She tried to avoid me, but the supermarket aisles were narrow. I stopped in front of her, blocking her path. "John," she mumbled, her voice barely above a whisper. "How are you?" she asked, her voice trembling slightly. "I'm doing well," I replied curtly. "I'm married now, and my wife and I are expecting our first child." Ashley's eyes widened. She opened her mouth to speak, but no words came out. "I hope you're doing well too, Ashley," I said, my voice softening slightly. "Take care of yourself and your daughter." I stepped aside, allowing her to pass. As she walked away, I couldn't help but feel a pang of pity for her. Ashley had made some terrible choices, but she was paying the price now. I hoped she would learn from her mistakes and build a better life for herself and her daughter. As for me, I was moving forward with my life, embracing the happiness and stability I had found. The past was behind me, and I was focused on the bright future ahead.